So, in the last few days, I've been thinking about what is really worthy to talk about. Creating, right? Of course. But there's another thing. Another really important thing I came up. I'm so proud of myself because I think this could definitely help you to transform your life for the better. Listen to my principle. The principle says you don't need a script. Just talk. So I began doing YouTube about 1 year ago. I had this notion in mind that I need a script in order to talk. That I need a script in order to not say bullshit. But I actually proved myself the other way around. When I'm writing, when I'm scripting, I'm always heading into really weird directions. Into directions that had literally nothing to do with the actual topic, just out of the reason that I like this kind of writing style where I like put in a lot of details and speaking a lot about stuff that is related, but not about the actual core of what I wanted to say. So I'm writing, and I write so much that I get almost anxious about doing the actual video. And I think about how many stuff I could add about these videos and photos and music and banners and titles and transitions, and I get lost. I get lost, more and more lost in my own thoughts. And I can't direct my thoughts anymore. And I recognized I can only redirect my thoughts in a successful, in a logical way when I'm within this talking, when I'm within this state of creating. Not the stuff before and not the stuff afterwards. I think the stuff afterwards is a little bit like I usually come up with like nice ideas afterwards and I like change a little bit, but this is all about, but the whole phase before doing a video is literally destructive for your brain. And listen up, like this advice could be a tremendously sustainable for your life. What happens is people set themselves a goal and then they think about how to approach this goal. They don't do it, they think about it. And within their thinking process of how they are like potentially could do a video, potentially could do an form of art, in form of creation. They think about how they could potentially do it, and within this thought process, within this process, they are destructing themselves. They are literally preventing themselves from doing it because they overthink. They overthink so much. They get dubs. They get this kind of like serious depression before you're doing something. And this is a really internal depression before you do something. There are many dubs occurring within where you think I can't do it. I'm simply not enough. I'm simply incapable of doing this without a script. And I was literally convinced of myself that I can't do a video without a script. I need help. I need someone. This thinking, you need to destroy it. It's your dependent thinking. It's the opposite of a stoic mindset that always thinks he needs some help. He needs something he can lean on in order to produce. But this is going to end up in failure. And many people out there, they will fail because they always hit this barrier of their own brain. Their own dubs within their brain. It's nothing else. Nobody's preventing you. Nobody's forcing you to get fat, but a lot of people do because they have this lizard brain and they leveled it up. And this lizard brain, it still gets attention, it still gets food, it's like fed up, it's a fat demon. And you also have a fat demon within yourself if you didn't start it to create on your own. But if you potentially think about starting to create on your own, but you still couldn't do it, like somehow something was preventing you from actually taking action after I did all of my videos that are highly potentially capable of transforming your life. But you still are hitting barriers, and this barrier is you believing in the fact that you are depending on some help, on something you could lean on while creating. This is a complete illusion. It's a misbelief, straight up. It's a misbelief that you need something else besides your intuition. Your intuition will lead energy automatically. It's so easy, and that's why I said when you kill your demons, when you will be like a base normal human, everything, especially success, will come to you automatically. Because you don't have to force it now. You don't have to pretend now. You are just yourself. And you aren't only enough, which is like the basic realization, enlightenment that a normal human should have, that he is valuable, he is capable. This is self-image. This is like base logical assumption to have this in order to create. But you also, and this is the most important part, but also you gain the skill of doing, creating at any time, at any like circumstance, any environment. There's nothing that can preventing you besides yourself. And if you are finding yourself in really difficult circumstances where you are still restricted in your time by a lot of people, when you're still restricted because of all of your decisions from the past, which of course is possible, which of course in itself fits to many people, the majority of people are still restricted and want to break out of their prison. And if this is the case, the only person that is preventing you from actually doing something is yourself. And there's this misbelief. And if you are putting my belief, if you are putting my advice between this and using it as motivation, using it as a reason to start on your own and just press record, then I'm really proud of myself, and I'm also really proud of you, because you actually now understood what I meant when I said always push through pain. You got the first glimpse, and I'm really proud of you, and you should definitely try this out after this video. If you never ever in your entire life created a video, try it out without any expectations, no expectations at all. You just want to try it out. Just want to try it out and nothing else. No side thoughts. No overthinking. Nothing else besides you, your thoughts, and the camera. And the microphone, of course. And I will promise you, you will not regret it. This feeling of having to use your knowledge, combining it with your own situations and notions and your experiences, and synthesizing it and putting it into a kind of storyline, and you building up a little bit, and you like this mechanism, this kind of creation process is really fulfilling. Doesn't matter if it's for YouTube or only for yourself or for your children. No thoughts, no expectations, just yourself with the camera and your microphone. This will create in itself automatic processes that you will never be able to understand, never be able to get aware of if you never tried it out. 99% of the advices from all of these entrepreneurs, all of these kind of Hamza Ahmeds and these kind of Alex Hermosis and Andrew Hubermans, they always tell you about this feeling that you can never experience, that you can never grasp if you never try it out, creating on your own. So this is the advice for today, and I don't want to do this video too long, but I feel like I can give even more support for you when you actually decided to create your first video. So please, if you are willing to take action, cut off this video. But if you already did a video and just watching these videos in order to motivate yourself further and educate and develop yourself further, feel free to like keep on watching. The The first thing that you will realize when you are starting creating videos is that your brain, that your thoughts are coming out of you automatically. You don't have to force it. They will come as intuition. They will come seamlessly out of you. And those feelings, those words that are coming out of you simultaneously, these are actually your true core, your true thoughts. Because what happens when we talk to other people is we're setting a mask in front of us. We're like speaking a fact out differently in order to not offend, to distract, or like hinder someone else by their emotional states. So the emotional state of other people are usually getting into consideration. But this consideration, when you're seeing other people and reading these emotions and mnemonics within other people, it's distracting you, and it's preventing you from saying your true belief, your true notion. And you're getting in this weird cycle where you always have to pretend in order to get this validation or confirmation from other people. So you automatically have to restrict yourself, because this is the general society is like literally built upon people that are getting prevented themselves from speaking out what they truly think, because it's simply not appropriate. It's not the manner to speak actually what you think. But you have developed into a personality, into a human that is literally incapable of saying what he truly thinks. That literally developed into an incapable human. Isn't able to speaking about his true feelings, isn't able to speak about his true notions, and therefore he gets lost in his own thoughts, where he has these expectations from other people, and these are constantly interfering with your own expectations for yourself. And these expectations from other people, they are coming in constantly from media, from your schoolmates, from your workplace. And this is coming in constantly. This is what causes stress. This is literally only stress. And when these notions and when these things are coming inside of your brain, you are considering them, even if you are alone. And if you're not started creating, this is, I think, the major cause of young adults not creating, because they still interfere with the expectations from society. But they are new expectations, my expectations, that I try to force into you, where I say you should create and you should believe in yourself. And this is what you can get out of yourself when you are creating on your own. This is just the first step that I'm trying to convince you of. But the second step, the third, and all of these other steps that are coming afterwards, these are dependent on your own, and this will be individually. What you will come up simultaneously, what you will come up out of intuition could be something completely different than me. Because I came up with the decision to open your eyes and light you on this topic. But for you, it could be something completely else. And whatever comes to you, this is the right thing. This is what you should focus on. And when you are discovering yourself while talking, this has a crazy effect on your brain. You are more grateful for yourself, and you are uncovering, and most importantly, you are unfolding. You are unfolding this whole energy, this big core of energy you have within yourself. And you can use this energy, but only if you are able to unfold it. And what you are unfolding is your true self. And we are now at a point where we are talking about how to unfold yourself. So you see that only by talking about this creation process, you will develop much more than simply the act of creation and simply the validation from like subscribers or getting this financial freedom. No, it's much more about your own personality. That is and slowly uncovered and unmystified, and you are literally unfold from a cocoon like a butterfly. You yourself, you are unfolding from all of this, from this shape that you were before, this old self that was always stuck in this comfortable life, in this fixed mindset. You are unfolding out of this, and something much more greater, much more capable is coming out of it. This is now able to fly above everyone else, because he is now independent of everyone else. He can create a good feeling. He can create financial freedom. He can create a good mindset and good, like an overall good mood, only by himself with his own force. And the more you are able to create, and the more you are able to do on your own without being dependent on someone else, the more power you gain. And the more power you gain, the more are you capable of influencing. And the more you are capable of influencing, the more you see this kind, a cascade of positive developments is now occurring. And this is not a joke. Like, this is like literally what happened to me when I began with creating. And this cascade of positive developments will transform your life tremendously. You will now develop into a human, and you want to. But firstly, you want to develop into this kind of superhuman almost, that is like capable of anything without being dependent on anything. And these humans are what we see in the media. What we are always seeing in the media and thinking, how did they get there? How could they get so far up? This is how. They simply created on their own, and they unfolded their self, and then they found out their true core and their true source of energy, and they used this source of energy to break out of their own self, and simultaneously they developed into a human with a constant cascade of positive and sustainable developments. This is the truth. But if you are still believing something else, you are denying yourself. This is why I'm always talking so harshly, and I'm always talking like I want to force you, because you are literally a lizard brain ego. You are a shallow human with a lizard brain ego within yourself, literally not capable of using your fucking forehead and thinking logically. Your ego is preventing yourself from doing anything. This is why I'm repeating myself over and over and over, because when I repeat something, this sets within your brain as a kind of law. And this law is the law to success. It's the way to championship. This way is the way you should crave for. This is the way you should go, because this is the only way that you can actually transform your life and break out of old selves. And this breaking out of old selves in itself is a growth and an improvement process. And there's where lies purpose. There's where lies all of the things that a normal human is craving within his true core. But your lizard brain, your demons, your ego, they are craving something completely else. They want comfort. They want effortless gratification. They want to go the way of the least barriers, the way of the least resistance. And this is where you have to change it. This is where I want to set my videos, and this is where I want to set this thought within your brain as a barrier. Always push through pain. If you are repeating this over and over, and if you're starting to create and you're recognizing this kind of repetition is creating belief in itself is creating a positive effect called placebo. And this placebo effect is actually capable of transforming matter. And when you're transforming matter, there's the vacuum of the power of influencing. And the next cascade, there are many, many, many benefits that I can't put all of them within those videos that I create. This is simply too less of time, but it's still, this is the truth. Always push through pain creates a cascade of positive developments. You are still a fat caterpillar, but you shouldn't stay a fat caterpillar for your whole life. That is simply not fulfilling. You can consume, eat, and consume like a caterpillar. You could actually do this your whole life through. But this is simply not what is fulfilling. You need to transform. You need to break out of this cocoon. But you are simply not there yet if you aren't believing in self-improvement. Self-improvement is literally your religion if you want to break out but you still don't know how. You have this notion within yourself that you can break through life without too many investments, and this thought is only preventing yourself. You are the fat caterpillar. You consumed for years, probably decades. This is where my videos take effect. And this is where my life gets purpose. When I can cause this effect of a positive, sustainable cascade of developments within yourself. This is everything I need. I don't need comments, likes, subscribers, validation, confirmation. I don't need all of those. This is simply not fulfilling. I can fulfill myself. I'm not dependent on feedback. I'm simply not. But I would like that you are experiencing the same, because you are literally influencing me. When you're sitting next to me in the bus and tapping on your phone and doom scrolling through TikTok, this is what distracts me too. You think that you don't have any influence on other humans, but you have. I feel literally disgusted when I see people in a train, bus, in school, at home, literally cannot breaking out of their phone prison, of their ego prison, of their demon prison. This is what makes me feel sad. And I don't want to be sad. I want to grow with men. But I can't find out where these men are. I need to create these men. Because this is my duty and this is everyone else's duty too. To create sustainable, to create men that are capable of life. That are capable of living life. That are capable of breaking out of the cocoon. I want to create those humans, and then I want to grow with you out of my old self. This is what fulfills me. It's not a true complete fulfillment of the 100% complete fulfillment. This is simply not available to us humans in our state we are currently in. But at some point of our life, possibly when we are dying, we will transform in a metaphysical way, in a truly so possibly we could all meet up there, but for now on, let's just learn how to live life. Integrate this in your brain. Always push through pain, and you will know how I am feeling right now. You will recognize and you will feel this feeling too. I wish you this as a good wish. Good willingly, I can tell all of those advices, because they have truly transformed my life. You know that I don't talk shit, because you have it in your guts. You're feeling it. You're feeling it in your guts. This is the last thing I want to say. Always push through pain. Peace, bro.